Play action. Now Wilson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Burton. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down. You talk about this Washington defense. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
And that's a ranking that feels good, right? To be number one and be the top of your profession. But here's the problem. It's only week one.
1 week, yeah.
Can they do it 15 more times? If so, then we really got something to talk about.
That's the challenge. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A 1st down and then some. Give him 29 yards. Wilson. And he fires one incomplete. The Broncos had 0-1 on the year following the loss in the opener. And they were given a gift of 2 straight home games to start the campaign. Dropped one of them already. You have to figure a split of these two probably imperative.
And they did talk about that with us prior to the game, but how important it is to start the season 1-1, especially with 2 games at home. Because if you go 0-2, hard to make those up on the road as the season progresses.
The 1st down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. Now it's Wilson. They're looking for Judy, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and he can't do it all on one throw.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
This now a 3rd and 4. Howell going to audible to something else. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A big one there on 3rd down. They hit for 30 yards. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with Antonio Gibson. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Once more, Gibson. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. Robinson will score. Touchdown, Commanders. Joey Sly on for the extra point. The kick is good, and the Commanders out to a 7-0 lead.
Commanders 7, Broncos nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving. It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game, but in this case, they made them pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. From the gun, it's Wilson. That's to the rookie, Marvin Mims. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Broncos, first down. First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Here's Wilson. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Jamin Davis. And the Commanders will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They begin the drive with Robinson. They'll start following the interception in great field position at the 45. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. He's settling in nicely here in the first quarter running the football. Remember, he already has the touchdown run.
And you can feel the vibe, can't you? He's in unison with his offensive front. They are in concert together. So if you're flipping over to the other side line of scrimmage, they've got to be more physical and handle some of these gaps that have been created.
And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Commanders 7, Broncos nothing.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and 5. Straight ahead, Gibson. And he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 22-yard line. 17 yards that time and a Washington first.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 2nd and 5.
The 17-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Faking the handoff. Howell. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. It was Frank Clark that time who got in there to bring him down.
Yeah, some real defensive resistance there, saying not so fast to a good drive. They had marched to the end zone the last time out.
7th play of this drive coming up, and a long way to go on 3rd down. They'll go play action. Howell. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Hey, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Sly able to put this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. They already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
And We'll see a return here from the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with it. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Play action. It's Wilson. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Quinn Miners, third-round pick in 2021, called for the penalty. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Wilson. And he'll go down in the end zone. Down goes Wilson. It's a safety.
The goal here is about getting any kind of positive yardage in this spot because you don't care who, you don't care how. You just want to try and buy a little space and get away from your own end zone. But in this spot, the defense was all over that play and equally motivated to stick them with a safety.
Do not kick it to 22.
Howell and the Commanders come up now 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Washington. Curtis Samuel, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Commanders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good, and that will make this a 19-point game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
He's got the lane, and there he goes. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. 55 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. They go play action now. Wilson going for it all. Oh, and that is incomplete.
Looks like they went for the combo play there. A nice ample gain on the ground on the previous play. Going for the big shot on that one unsuccessfully.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now it's Wilson. This one swung out to Williams. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time.
That's good for the Denver Broncos.
They'll try and run. This is Williams. Now the ball comes loose. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Do you remember in preseason we were going to the different training camps and visiting teams, and we always would see the running backs working out and going through those gauntlet drills, and, you know, guys either slapping at the ball or the machines. You got to learn to take care of it.
Yeah, they lost it there. Big fumble. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
First down.
Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The two big plays right in succession as this one goes for 27. Things looking much rosier for them here in week 2. They work with the lead as they've got it 1st and 10. Howell, he'll look to throw it. That's out wide here for Robinson. And he is not going to go anywhere. They're going to get to him behind the line, and that is going to get us to the 2-minute warning. The play fake, and now here's how to throw it. That's into the hands of his tight end, Bates. And that play will go nowhere, losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Another throw for Howell. Eluding the pressure right. Open man is Samuel, complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 25 yards there on the catch and run. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw, Howell. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Brian Robinson Jr. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Commanders are able to widen their lead here in this first half. The extra point by Sly is up and good. And the route is on here in this first half.
Broncos, nothing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Their own 19-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 6.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Here's Wilson. Hard throw, incomplete.
Not many boos just yet from this home crowd, but they may be starting soon as I'm starting to detect an uneasy murmur through this crowd. This offense, they've been lifeless in this first half. And now here's another punting situation and a 4th down.
It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10.
37-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now Howell. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Second half about to start. The Commanders have the lead. They'll get it first as we are back underway. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. The first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Off play action. It's Howell. He's got the hookup downfield to Samuel. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
23 yards, the final tally.
At the 9-yard line.
Throwing here, Howell. And yet again, it's McLaurin. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
A 4-yard gain brings up 2nd and goal at the Broncos' 6-yard line.
And Howell will throw it. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the Broncos are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
That's good for a Denver Broncos.
To throw is Wilson. And that one on the money to Claypool downfield. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Chase Claypool, 39 yards. And the Broncos take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Looks good on the extra point. And that'll make this a 19-point ball game. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Set to kick off. Washington will take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Robinson will try to pick it up. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. That'll go as a pickup of 8.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. But let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
Give them a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. Third and long. Here's Howell. He's got his target. That's complete. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 42. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
They go play action with Howell. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. 2nd down. Howell now. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a 1st.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Howell's throw taken in by Samuel. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. A gain of 8 there on the play. And they'll be left with 2nd and a couple. Here's Howell. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. On 3rd down, Robinson. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. Robinson is in. Touchdown, Commanders. He finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
Sly on for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we...
And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Cameron Curl. Are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. First and 10 here for Hal and the Commanders at their own 24. They'll go play action. Howell. That's complete to Robinson. And able to use his stiff arm for a little bit of leverage before he's taken down. A pretty good gain. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that'll make it second down. Here's a quick throw out wide. It's McLaurin. That'll put him at 96 yards receiving now for the game, and he's got a first down as well.
The man they call Scary Terry remains one of the best at taking the lid off of a defense. Not only a top 10 season in terms of yards, but he averaged over 15 a catch and was named to his long overdue first Pro Bowl.
On the counter, Gibson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a first down for Washington on a pickup of 11. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
Alex Singleton, the linebacker, there on the tackle. Second and 10. Dancing to his left. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. It's a pickup of 12 and a Commander's first down. Got exactly what they wanted there out of the RPO and had the defense out of position.
One word for you there. Excellent. Because he read all the keys properly, made the right decision, and look at the result. Pretty substantial game.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
I'll tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. DJ Jones forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Hal down to throw it. And he completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They got 29 yards that time. Howell out of the shotgun. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Caden Stearns. And the Broncos are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Thompson Robinson here from the gun. He'll air this one out for Mims. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Emmanuel Forbes. And the Commanders are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
When the rookie QB gets his first touchdown pass, that's one you put in the trophy case. First career interception, that's going to be one he wants to forget.
Yeah, and he's not going to go ask for the football, right? No. You can keep that one. The key for him, what does he learn from it? When he watches the tape, does he have an answer right now where he already understands what mistake he made? That's what the coaches are going to want to know, and that's what they'll grill him on and see how he grows from it.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Powell completing the quick throw out wide. And he'll get this forward only for about a yard, as that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
Call it a gain of a yard, and it'll be second down.
At the 47-yard line.
Powell, he'll look to throw it. Target is to Dotson, and he's got him. Had a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down.
Some boos coming down right now from this home crowd after that call.
Yeah, and that was because of the pass interference call, but for a second there I thought maybe they'd gotten a look at my appearance as Othello in the high school play.
You were Othello?
Not a good one, let me tell you.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On second down, a run with Gibson.
Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
On third down, here's Gibson.
And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line.
42 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described. Manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they're powering through, and they're controlling this game.
Now it looks like he'll throw here.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete. So a victory here for the Commanders.
And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the 1 touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the airways, right? Make sure the quarterback is harassed. This type of performance you get.